Genuinely how religious people over the age of 18 sounds to me. So all religious people over the age of 18 sound like crying, nagging babies, and she's there dancing with her puppies out. Just for context, guys, let's have a look at her TikTok page. As we can see, it's literally just all her with thirst-trapping facial expressions. As we can see, more thirst traps. Literally looks like someone's photo gallery. You go into someone's photo gallery and this is what you might see. She's plastered this on TikTok. So yeah, I don't know what religion she believes in. It doesn't feel like that she believes in any religion except narcissism. She looks like someone that wholeheartedly worships herself. I'd rather worship God than worship narcissism and worship myself. But yeah, each to their own.
Oh my god! I was typing this post and it says, how I sleep knowing everyone who insults or makes fun of Jesus will get their punishment in the end. A lot of these same people will claim that their religion is about love, mercy, and justice. Meanwhile, they're fantasizing about revenge. And I honestly think hell, the concept of hell, is about revenge.
Okay, so I'm going to stop her right there. Let's go back to the meme or whatever it is that she showed us in the beginning. It's a Barbie. That's obviously from the movie Barbie or the show Barbie. And it's Barbie with a quote, how I sleep knowing everyone who insults or makes fun of Jesus will get their punishment in the end. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to know that this meme or whatever this thing that she's reacting to is most likely made by a 12-year-old Christian girl. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to know that no one over the age of 18 would make a meme with Barbie lying down with a quote slapped on top of it about Jesus. And even the wording, make fun of Jesus will get their punishment in the end. That sounds like an angry teenage girl that's probably made this real because someone probably made fun of Jesus and her religion. Okay, I can tell you right now, no adult would make that. So first of all, this lady is reacting to something that a teenager or a preteen has made. Okay, let's keep watching.
And I honestly think hell, the concept of hell, is about revenge. Not about anybody learning a lesson. Nobody's learning a lesson. Nobody's being rehabilitated. It's about making people suffer.
Right. So hell is not about revenge. Okay. Hell is a consequence. Hell is a concept. Can we all just agree that even if this wasn't about religion, if you took Jesus out of this and let's put another word in, how I sleep knowing everyone who insults or makes fun of me or a particular race, a particular minority of people, or let's put Gaza, will get their punishment in the end. You can put literally anything in there and that would make sense because by punishment, they mean consequence. If people insulted me, I would say that they will get their consequence. That's not revenge.
That's not wanting someone to go to hell.
If someone was going to harass someone else, they will naturally get consequences. And clearly, whoever made this Barbie reel or Barbie meme with this quote slapped on top of it is obviously that's what they're trying to say. If you actually had some decent level of comprehension skills.
A lot of these same people will claim that their religion is about love, mercy, and justice. Meanwhile, they're fantasizing about revenge.
And yeah, religion will be about love, mercy, and justice. By saying something along the lines of, if you make fun of someone, if you insult someone, if you're consistently insulting and making fun of someone, that falls under harassment. So yes, there will be justice. By her logic, every single person that does wrong, they shouldn't be punished. So most people will just get away with everything and there shouldn't be law. Okay, take religion out of this. So there shouldn't be law. There shouldn't be any levels of punishment or consequences. By her logic, that bullying is acceptable. We should just bully everyone. right? There wouldn't be anti-bullying campaigns at schools or at universities or in the workplace. By her logic, we shouldn't get punished. We shouldn't be held accountable. We shouldn't suffer consequences for bullying, harassing, insulting, making fun of others. By her logic, this post clearly doesn't say you will go to hell. It says you will get punished. And I think, again, a teenage girl made this. By punish, I think she meant consequences. I think she meant karma. Okay, I think she meant a person will reap what they sow. No one mentioned the word hell, suffering. It got pulled way out of context. And yeah, like I said, if you were going to put any other word in there, people would agree. If you're going to insult and make fun of disabled people, you will get punished for it. If you were going to make fun of poor people or people of a certain race, particular race, or disadvantaged people, you will get insulted and punished for it. If you are going to make fun of anyone at your school, bullying them, making fun of them, insulting them, you will get punished for it. So when it's Jesus, suddenly it's about going to hell, seeking revenge, and making people suffer. Really, skeptical heretic? Really? That's your argument? You are literally arguing with 12-year-olds.
You guys want to know why religion makes things so bad? If you drop a, you don't have to take any accountability, you have automatic forgiveness, and you have decided that an omnipotent creator aligns with everything that you say on the ground, every narcissist in a 1,000-mile radius is gonna come scampering to eat that up. And then you wonder why we've got all these hateful, insane people that are like, I prayed about it.
Okay, I just want to stop right there. No religion ever says that you don't have to take any accountability and you have automatic forgiveness. Okay, that's once again generalizing. I don't get why, not all atheists, right? See, I'm not generalizing. I don't get why hateful atheists like her always generalize. It's like you get hurt by one person and you generalize an entire population of people according to a few experiences with certain people. What she said about automatic forgiveness is such an overused tactic in shutting down religious people because it just lacks nuance. It lacks critical thinking. It lacks actual knowledge of what the Bible or whatever religious scripture says. That's not true. You don't just do wrong and wrong and wrong again and then ask for forgiveness. That's not how God or religion works. So this person is clearly misinformed, or she's choosing to purposely twist the words because, again, she's probably been hurt. Let's just correct her right there.
Religion is a drug for narcissists. Irresistible. It gives them the moral superiority they crave. It gives them the sense of identity that they don't have. There's a reason that so many abusers, so many abusive parents, so many addicts that have never really recovered go into Christianity. And it's not because they're born again. It's because it's a get out of jail free card. It allows them to take no accountability. And then they start posting insane Bible verses and religious rants on their social media instead of actually repairing any relationships that they ruined or taking any personal accountability. They didn't find God. They found an excuse in a community to help them be the worst person they can possibly be.
You don't have to take any accountability. You'll naturally be forgiven for everything that you've done wrong. She's basically saying that Christianity and religion is for narcissistic people to be narcissists, and it gives them a sense of identity and basically a jail-free card to be horrible people.
That is a wild claim to make, guys.
I have to give it to her. That is a wild, generalized, big claim. I don't know how many people she's met or how many religious people she's met or how many Christians she's met, but it's clearly not enough for her to make such a generalized statement, such a hateful, narrow-minded statement. In no religious scripture that I've ever seen in my life or heard of has mentioned the sentence, you don't have to take accountability ever. It's not just if you believe in God, you're forgiven. No, it's if you believe in God, you dedicate yourself to becoming a better person. You are doing the work. You are choosing to actively practice your faith and practice what it is to be a godly person. Then you will be forgiven for your sins through actions. And second of all, she said religion, and also specifically Christianity, is something for narcissists, right? It's a drug for narcissists, and narcissists eats it up. I want to ask the people out there that thinks this way. How do you define a narcissist? A narcissist is a person who has an excessive interest or admiration in themselves. And I just want to quickly give people some stats, some statistics to bring in some different perspectives, to give people a perspective. Let me ask you guys, do you guys know which demographic of people in this entire world? What groups of people in the world donates the most money to like charities, events, organizations? Let me inform you guys. American billionaires goes on number 1, right? Specifically, American billionaires. In terms of individual absolute dollars, American billionaires, number 1 demographic in the world that donates the most money. Second, which is shared donations, okay? So not one person making an absolute donation, shared donations, Christians, okay? And then number 3, we have in terms of percentage of income, religious communities. Okay, so that could involve Buddhists, Muslims, Jewish people, Judaism. Families with lower income households give the highest proportion of what they earn, even if the total amount is small. And do you know the top 3 religions? The top 3 religions that donates the most amount of money, just in general: Islam, Christianity, and Judaism. That's not all. It's not just financial support, okay? Religious people are the demographic that volunteers the most. Volunteering at schools, hospitals, social services, community events. Putting in not only time and money. Even the groups of people with lower household incomes donate a percentage of their income. On top of that, again, time and effort, physical labor, and helping other people. I don't know, that sounds like pretty decent people to me. This isn't to say that if you are not religious, then you are a bad person. Again, I'm not generalizing like jelly roots that we were talking about earlier. Because you're an atheist, that means you're against all religious people. If you're an atheist, that means you're a bad person and you don't do charitable work. That's not what I'm saying at all. But for an hateful atheist, aka jelly roots, and people like that, to generalize an entire demographic and population of people, to say that religion is literally for narcissists to eat up and religion is a drug for narcissists, I don't think so. So dear jelly roots and dear people that think like her, until the day that you can actually do something financially, physically, emotionally for the people in the world around you, to better the world around you, to better others around you, than just running your mouth and spreading misinformation, maybe save your judgment. Because at the end of the day, the people that you are mocking and denouncing are the ones that are volunteering at hospitals and schools, giving away their free time, feeding the hungry, and giving more of their income to charity than anyone else. Yeah, I'm really sorry to say this, but our actions speaks louder than your cynicism.
Please don't cancel me, but I think religious people are a little dumb and that they're lacking some brain cells. And I don't want to think like that. That's the thing. I'm trying to better myself. Don't take this as I'm dogging on religious people. I'm not.
And I don't want to think like that. And I loathe people that reek of condescension. And she doesn't want to think like that. And she's trying to be a better person when she literally makes videos shaming religious people, constantly bashing and, in her own words, dogging religious people.
Please don't cancel me for this, but religious people piss me the fuck off.
Yeah, I don't think you're trying to be a good person. I don't think a good person or someone that's trying to be a good person starts their video off like that, with so much hate, with so much condescension. Guys, are we picking up a pattern here? Are we picking up a pattern that a lot of these people are incredibly hateful, condescending, and lack general knowledge about religion? They just generalize. But let's keep watching and see what Karen has to say.
It's just like, weren't we in the same science class? Like, didn't you guys learn about the Big Bang Theory at the same time I did? I don't I'm not getting it.
I love it when people that clearly don't understand science use science as the trump card to win a religious debate against religious people. I just know for a fact there's no way that she did well in school or in science and physics or chemistry or math. There is 0% chance that someone that did well in school will call an entire demographic of people, aka religious people, dumb and lacking in brain cells. Because if you are intelligent yourself, you have the capacity to understand that every single person is intelligent in their own ways. So just by her saying that, she's exposed how unintelligent that she may be. Because the more intelligent you are, you'd actually be able to admit that the more you know, the less you actually know, right? It's a paradox. I don't need to insult her level of intelligence because she exposed it herself.
Critical thinking emphasizes skepticism and the need for evidence, and faith ignores that. And I don't get it. I don't like it. So
if you had critical thinking and skepticism, you'd also question science, and you'd also make the comparison that science is literally a religion. Science functions like religion in a lot of ways. And also, it's funny that she brought up the Big Bang Theory, because if you, again, had critical thinking and skepticism, you would know that to this day, not one person can explain the cause, the actual cause of the Big Bang. No one knows what caused it. We don't know what happened in the first fraction of a second. Like, what is the dark matter and the dark energy doing to expansion? There's a difference between skepticism and cynicism, right? She's a cynic. She's being so cynical about it. She sounds hateful and condescending and sarcastic. If she actually looked into it, she would know that God has humbled some of the most intelligent philosophers and scientists and mathematicians. God has humbled some of the most skeptic ones too, and leading them to religion to believe that there actually was a creator. I don't think that Karen realizes that science and God literally coexist. God is the creator and should direct us and lead us spiritually and morally. And science can explain the material basis of the world that we live in, the material basis of the universe and the world that we live in. So basically, in other words, spirituality without physical stability is insane. It's wacky. It's when people go cuckoo. Too much materialism and focus on the physical reality. Everything is just physical, and you need proof for absolutely everything. And denying the existence of spirituality and the creator, that will leave you feeling empty, literally soulless, unbalanced, and devoid of a deeper meaning in life. That's not a myth, that's a fact. Whether you believe in Christ or not, humans are the perfect combination of a spiritual and physical being, meaning that we were actually made to worship. That's why we have people worshiping world leaders. We have people worshiping celebrities and good-looking people. We have people worshiping intelligent people. People would worship literally anything. So to conclude everything, I don't know what religion that Karen follows or chooses to follow, which is actually the left-wing political party, according to her TikTok page. Just so you know, Karen, the left-wing political party is funded by Zionists. And so is the right-wing political party. So yeah, you can kind of say that the entire American political party is funded by an entire group of elites that don't care for you. They couldn't care less whether or not you believe in God or not. They have funded this fratricide that people like you, Karen, are participating in. Oh, and I also want to add, the reason that Karen decided to bash Christians online, it's not even because she's been hurt or had trauma. It's literally, and this is self-proclaimed as well by her, it's literally because she saw random Jesus comments in every TikTok comment section. She said that's literally what inspired this, ha ha ha. So yeah, I'll let you guys be the judge on that one, because that's just funny to me at this point.
When Jesus comes back, y'all are gonna eat your words. Hey, Lexi. I'm going to be totally transparent with you. I don't believe in God. I don't believe in the Son of God. But in the extremely unlikely scenario that Christianity is true, and Jesus does in fact come back, I'm not worried. What you and so many other Christians don't seem to understand is that while you guys find your peace and comfort within your religion, I find mine in just being a good person. So if Jesus comes back, one of two things is going to happen. Either Jesus is going to let me know that being a good person doesn't matter, and the only thing that matters is believing in him and accepting his salvation, and I'm not going to be allowed into heaven because morals don't matter to God. Or being a good person does matter and is what he cares about the most, and I'll be welcomed into heaven with open arms.
There are a few strong statements here, okay? So apparently he thinks that Christians think the only way to heaven is believing in Jesus and accepting his salvation. Very generalized, similar to the girl previously who thought that if you believe in religion, you automatically do not take accountability. If you believe in a religion, you automatically are forgiven for every crappy thing that you do. Right? Generalized again. I have two things to say to that. His statement that Christians and heaven and salvation is lacking nuance, once again. Yes, having faith in Jesus is definitely essential in Christianity, but it has to be accompanied. And this is not just Christianity. This is probably most, if not all religions. Believing and being devoted to your religion must come with constant repentance, constant self-reflection, constant obedience, and an entire life of good works. Not to earn salvation, but as evidence for genuine faith. James 2:26, faith without work is dead.
So if Jesus comes back, one of two things is going to happen. Either Jesus is going to let me know that being a good person doesn't matter, and the only thing that matters is believing in him and accepting his salvation, and I'm not going to be allowed into heaven because morals don't matter to God. Or being a good person does matter and is what he cares about the most, and I'll be welcomed into heaven with open arms. But in either scenario, I'm good. If being a good person is not enough to get me into heaven, I don't want to go. If bad people are going to get rewarded with heaven just because they believed in a God, I don't want to be up there with them. I don't want to be up there with that God.
Not all Christians care about heaven. Newsflash, not all Christians care about heaven. Not all Christians care about heaven or only do good to go to heaven, okay? Let's get that out of our heads, okay? Before I do something, I don't think, oh, am I gonna go to heaven for doing this? Or am I gonna get cast out of heaven for doing this? No, it doesn't automatically mean that their critical thinking and their common sense and their ability to think logically or think about certain consequences goes out the freaking door. This guy is an ex-Christian, by the way. Can I just say, he's an ex-Christian. He said himself that he disowned his mother. He's cut out his mom. He doesn't talk to his mom anymore, which gives me the impression that his mom has something to do with his hate for religion.
So about 2 months ago, I decided to remove my mother from my life. I just kind of started randomly thinking about my mother. I was thinking about how much it upsets me that Christianity kind of ruined her life. And she doesn't even realize it.
Honestly, I can promise you, I don't know where he lives or where he's from. I think it's America, but I don't know whereabouts in America. I can promise you not once from any events or churches or social events or any Bible study sessions that I've ever done, not one has anyone in the session, any pastors or any, leaders of the groups or anyone ever said, we are doing this so we can go to heaven. Not once in my entire life. It's always about being a better person, putting our faith to God and Jesus, doing the best we can to serve him and others, doing the best we can to live by God and be on his side, to follow Jesus, to love the people. Not once have I ever heard once, hand on heart, that we're doing this to go into heaven. So I have no idea where his hate came from. He said that Christians find comfort in their religion while he finds comfort in being a good person. So do you think you're a good person? Does anyone know that quote from Mean Girls where she's like, oh, you're pretty, you're kind of pretty. And then she's like, thanks. And she's like, oh, so you think you're pretty?
You're like really pretty. Thank you. So you agree? What? You think you're really pretty?
Do you think you're a good person? So this guy clearly believes that he's a good person. Let's deconstruct this a little bit. What is the basis of being a good person? First of all, I don't believe that there's one person in this world that is 100% a good person. Because if you're human, you're flawed. If you're a human, you're a sinner in one way or another. There are certain people that work harder in wanting to fight and become better people, and they work harder. There's good people in that sense. Most people believe and will also agree that being a good person means embracing qualities that promote positive outcome and the well-being for humanity as a whole. Now, just for context, if you go on his page, this is shocking, okay? I scrolled for more than a minute. It was a bottomless brunch with the girls, which means like there's no limit to what this guy posts. He posts and posts and posts and posts. Like literally his clothing is in the pattern of the rainbow. His entire TikTok page is dedicated to bashing right-wing politics on the right-wing side and religious people and Christians. Like his entire life is dedicated to speaking negatively and generalizing that entire group of people. His entire life, nothing new. It's just him sitting with different colored t-shirts on in the same angle throughout his entire TikTok page. And of course, he has the free will to do exactly whatever it is that he wants to do. He has the free will to do that. But please, for the love of Christ, do not say that you are a good person. That's the definition of a person with free will, but that is not the definition of a good person. That's a very bold claim to make. I don't know what else happened to him, but from what he said, it's literally just like he had an overbearing religious mother that kind of forced him into something that he didn't believe in. Dude, I'm gonna say this, I'm not going to hold your hand and say this. You are old enough to grow up. Like literally grow up. There's therapy and psychology if you don't believe in God. You are welcome to do that and heal. This is the thing with religious trauma. We've all been through it, okay? I've been through religious trauma, okay? I had an overbearing mother that was crazy Buddhist, which I talked about on my vlog channel. I made one video, not even bashing the religion, and I made it clear that it was my environment under what I went through in my household. It does not represent all Buddhists. It does not represent all religious communities, okay? I made that very clear, and I made one video about it, okay? And this guy and people like him, again, not all atheists, not all people that's gone through religious trauma, he's made his entire life dedicated hating an entire group of people because his mom caused him trauma. No, seriously. One of my best friends from childhood, she went through the craziest, unfathomable, unlike this guy. It was 10 times worse than this guy, like probably 100 times worse than this guy. Like her religious stepmother went crazy on her backside with religion, abusive. And she is one of the kindest people. I think she's agnostic, or like maybe she's an atheist, or maybe she's leaning to Buddhism. But long story short, the point that I'm trying to make is she doesn't dedicate her entire life bashing a certain group of people. She doesn't even bash her stepmother anymore. She's completely chosen to forgive them. She's done the work. She's gone through therapy. She's taken her own accountability, right? Which is what this man needs to do. Take accountability for your own trauma once you're a certain age, so you don't spread hate through your thousands of endless videos on TikTok proving your trauma that you had with your religious mother. So what? Like, some of my friends have gone through the worst, and they are some of the kindest people. One of them does disability support. She supports people with disabilities. She's dedicated her life to serving others, to serving people that are vulnerable, to serving people that's gone through pain, spreading awareness. She still stands up for religious people, for people that wants to believe they're a religion, to people that uses their religion for a better cause. She doesn't hate. She is one of the lovingest people I've ever met. I can safely say, is a good person. One of my housemates, for example, she's also been through trauma in terms of religion. Terrible. Worse than this guy. For sure worse than this guy. My housemate came to my baptism with me, prayed, and she was an ex-Christian, prayed and sang with me, filmed me, right? Helped me make my vlog on my vlog page of my baptism, supports me endlessly with my religion, even though she doesn't believe in it, doesn't spread hate about religion. She understands that what happened to her came from her household, her environment, which is what a normal, logical, sane person that's not filled with hate can understand. Perspectives, yeah? This man is a very angry, hateful little man. That's what I will say about him. An angry, hateful little man that needs to grow up and actually needs to start taking accountability, heal himself and his traumas, and actually understand what being a really good person is actually about. So that is what I have to say today. I'm deeply disappointed in these people. I think the narrow-mindedness of these people is absolutely dangerous for society. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and if you like the video, comment, like, subscribe, send it to all your friends, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye.